Hey lovely people, so I am back. I'm going to teach you how to do my pancakes today. I literally went to America a few years ago and I've been obsessed with pancakes from IHop ever since then. So I've tried to recreate it and do my own thing. So I'm just going to show you how I actually do that. So first I measured out in a separate bowl my flour. So I've used plain flour. If you're in other countries, it's known as all-purpose flour. So I've done 340 grams of this, or if you measure by cups, it's 2.5 cups of flour. So I'm just gonna put this in my sieve and just sieve it. Nothing special. Just trying to add some air to the flour so it's light, and then in the end the pancakes will be fluffier for it. Right, so that's that. Sieve it all out. So to that I'm gonna add 3 teaspoons of baking powder. So the one that I'm using is this one. So again, I'm doing 3 teaspoons of that. Guys, please measure this properly. Do not try to guesstimate or do your own thing, because it will end up coming out wrong. Like I say to you, it's up to you. You follow your own methods. However, if you do it wrong, it's not going to turn out like how I did. So I'm just warning you in advance. Right guys, so I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of baking soda now, bicarbonate of soda, however you wanna. There you go, so that's what I'm using. So I'm just gonna add 1 teaspoon of this. You don't need a lot. Right. Getting my salt, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt. Again, I'm just using normal table salt, nothing special. So that was 1 teaspoon of that. I'm gonna use 2.5 tablespoons of caster sugar. I'm going to do 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. That's the brand that I've just used there. And then 1/4 teaspoon of mixed spice. And again, that's the brand. I just use a Tesco one, nothing special. So that's all the dry ingredients there. So once that's all there, to that you're gonna have to add 2 large eggs. You don't have to beat it before. If you use a whisk, or you can use an electric whisk, it's up to you. And then we'll go from there. So I'm just gonna add my eggs in off camera and then we'll go from there. So that's 2 large eggs that I'm going to use. Right loves, like I said, I've gone on camera, added my 2 large eggs. So to this I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Apologies, that is my 2-year-old in the background. So that's the vanilla I use if you're a stranger. And then I'm also going to add 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You can use sunflower oil if you prefer, that is up to you. Sorry guys, I'm using a big bottle to pour into this tiny little thing, so I'm just having to take my time. And then I've got buttermilk, so this is the one that I'm using. I've literally got 3 of these, which would equal to 3 cups of buttermilk. So each of these is 1 cup of buttermilk. If you want the conversion, it's 284 mLs. Are you gonna focus, camera? Is you gonna give me some? There you go, so 284 mLs. And this is the brand that I'm using. You don't have to use this brand, literally any buttermilk that you can get where you are, that's it. It's low fat. I'm not really keen on the whole low fat, low sugar, whatever nonsense. If I'm gonna eat it, just let me eat it. But at the moment, this is what I can get, so this is what I use. So I'm literally just gonna add in 3 of these to my mixture. That's the second one there. By the way, it doesn't smell pleasant, just to warn you in advance. And it's all mixed in, it does. And definitely when it's cooking. But for the minute, when you're pouring it in, it's not the nicest smelling thing on this planet. It smells a bit like gone off yogurt. I'm just gonna wash my hands and come back to y'all. Okay, so now that's all in there, it's all ready for me. I'm just gonna mix it in with my little whisk that I've got here. Take time, then let it fly out the sides. All I'm trying to do is just mix everything in together nice and smooth. Make sure there's no lumps or anything like that. My whisk isn't exactly the best one. It's literally a bit flimsy, but I'm going to try and work with it. I need to get a new one. Guys, if you know anywhere that does really good ones that are sturdy, in the UK obviously, then let me know. Feel free, because I'm about fed up of this whisk. It's getting on my nerves. Alright, forget this. I'm gonna get a spoon. I was trying to teach y'all the proper way, but you know what? Things happen in life. So I'm just gonna do it my rebel way with a spoon. And then I'll smoothen it out with the whisk after. Apologies. Right, so I've gotten the other bit out the way. So I get my whisk back and kind of do what I do. As like I said, you do have the option of the electric whisk or the hand mixer. I just cannot remember to go get my one out and then have to pack it all down after and put it up. It is just a bit too long for me. So to this I'm literally gonna add just a little bit of milk, not too much, just enough to free up the mixture. I'm using full fat milk. You don't have to use full fat milk, it's up to you what milk you want to use. I'm just showing you, I'm just putting like literally the tiniest bit in there. Just when I mix that in. Right guys, so that's the mixture done there. I'm gonna go off camera, transfer that into a measuring jug so it's easier for me to pour it out into the pan. In the meantime, I'm gonna get my frying pan out, preferably one that has a lid. Doesn't necessarily have to, but if you've got one with a lid, that would be much better. And then once I've transferred it over, I will come back and show you what I'm gonna do. Okay guys, so I've gone off and I have transferred over. Well, this is not all of the mix, just most of the mix. Obviously you don't want to overfill the measuring jug, that wouldn't make sense. So I've put majority of the mix in there. I've got here on the stove my pan and it's got some butter in there. It's cold at the moment. With the butter you can use salted, you can use unsalted, whatever. I use butter with salt because I think it gives a nicer taste to the pancakes in the finished product. It's up to you. Obviously you know your dietary requirements, you know what you like, so on and so forth, so that's on you. So I've got it on the biggest burner and I'm going to turn it on a low flame on the biggest burner. So I'm literally putting on the biggest burner on the lowest flame possible. So the butter's just there, it's gonna melt away. In the back there, I've got a plate and I've also got my lifter on the plate. It's just a clean, empty plate. And I've got my lid here for my pan. So I'm just waiting for the butter to melt, and then once it melts, I'll put my pancake mix in. Right, I'm just going to lift this off quickly and turn the handle around so I need to move it about quite a bit. So I'm just waiting for the butter to melt out. Butter, whatever you want to call it, it's up to you. Just moving it about to just spread the butter everywhere. I'm just going to turn it up just a touch. I need this pan to be warm enough when I put the mixture in so it starts forming. Sorry about my tap. Right, so I'm just going to pour in mixture now. As you can see there, the butter is starting to do this little sizzling thing. So in the center of the pan, I'm just going to pour in some mixture. And then I'm just going to shake it so that it all goes round. So the lid is just basically there to keep the extra steam in, so that the pancakes basically cook right throughout. It makes it a lot quicker for you, and not only that, it gives it a nice kind of fluffy, spongy effect, as opposed to just burning the pancakes on the outside and then the middle bit of it is still raw. If your pan steams too much and it's got water in the lid, just remove it as quick as you can and just get a clean cloth and just remove the water from the lid, because you don't want that going back in your pot. So I'm just going to remove the lid just to have a quick look and see what's going on. So I'm going to leave that there for a bit longer, but I'm just going to wipe off my lid so that it has no water in there whatsoever. And I'm just using a clean tea cloth to do that. So I'm just going to put that back on. So with my pancakes, usually I'll do some scrambled eggs, some sausages, you know, it depends on what you want. You can do it with chocolate in the pancakes, you can do it with bananas, you can put in blueberries, strawberries, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Obviously, if you're adding fruits to it, please do not put too many, because the water content from the fruits will go over into the pancakes and it will make them soggy, and you don't want that. So just be mindful, especially if you're using fruits like pineapple, blueberries, those kind of fruits. You might want to mind out how many you put in them. So that's just a little eye opener for you guys if you're intending on doing that. So as you can see now, my pancakes are basically ready. How you know it's ready to be flipped is that it starts creating little holes. That tells you that it's cooked on the other side and the middle of it is cooked as well. So I'm just gonna flip this over. Let me put my lid down. I have a bad habit of leaving my lid on the stove next to my pot. Please put your lid somewhere safe if you're not used to this and you don't know what you're doing where that's concerned. Oh, looks like the pancakes are in a bit of trouble today to flip. There we go. So that's how you do it. If you want to add fruits to it, you obviously don't wait until it's cooked right through the middle to do that. You do it whilst you've still got the mixture wet on the top. So I'm just gonna move this about a bit so it picks up on the rest of the butter in the pan. So at this point you don't need the lid back on there because it's already cooked right through, it's steamed through. Your pancakes will be nice and fluffy like this. Another thing that I do sometimes, if you're doing a lot of pancakes, you want to keep them warm in the oven. So I just put my oven on probably about 50 degrees and I have a fan oven. If you have a gas oven, please put it lower. So I just put them on a plate as I go along and just leave it in the oven so they keep warm. And then once you finish cooking all the pancakes, everything will be warm and then you can serve up like that. So I'm just going to leave that for another minute or so, and then I'm going to do one with fruit just to show you how you would do that. Let me go get my blueberries in the meantime. Okay guys, so I'm going to take this out of the pan now. It's more than ready to go. As you can see, I'll turn it back over so you can see the other side of it. So that's the other side, and that's the front bit. So that is the completed pancake. And then I'll just plop that on my plate there. I'm just going to wash my hands because I've been in the freezer. Just bear with me. My pan is still on the heat. And again, I'm going to use my spatula to put in some more butter. Sorry, lifter. I call it spatula. This is a spatula, isn't it? I don't even know. I'm going to use it to put in some more butter. And then mix it. Move it all around. So I'm just going to pour the mixture directly into the middle of the pan. Not too much mixture, obviously, because you're going to still wiggle this about. Right, so at this point is where you put in your fruits. So I'm literally just going to spread a few around. Not to worry if you get more than one in certain places, alright? No one will die. And I'm just going to put my lid back on the pot, let it steam through. Just like I did with the other one, there's no difference at all. But I'm just going to put my blueberries back in the freezer because I don't want to do this. Wash my hands off so I went back in the freezer. Right guys, so I'm just leaving that now to just sit there. It's doing its thing. I'm gonna wipe my lid again. As you guys can see, the pancakes there, nice and thick and fluffy. You've got your fruits there, it's just still cooking. You can see the bubbles are attempting to appear. That is not quite ready as yet. You literally want to be able to clearly see holes through the mixture before you flip it. And as you can see, like I said, the fruit there has started to do its own thing and create water in the pancake. Let me just try and zoom in for you. There you go. So as you can see, it's starting to create little water puddles there. So now you'll be able to better see when the pancake's actually ready, because it's starting to create its little holes in there. Now you can see there's a few of them. So over here, these ones that have gone in and they've not come back, that means that that bit is ready. I'm just going to put the lid back on, let that steam a bit better, and then I'll show you when I flip it. Right, so that is alright now to be turned over. As you can see, draw a bit the holes in there, aside from where obviously the blueberries are. Should take a bit longer. So there you go. That's how you do your fruit one. Move that back so you guys can see. And that's that. So that is how I do my pancakes. And guys, I use two different types of syrups. Obviously you can also use chocolate spread, you can use peanut butter, whatever you like. If you just want to put a bit of butter on top of it, it's already got sugar in the mixture, so that is fine. So first and foremost, if you can get access to this, don't bother with anything else, just buy this one. Literally the best syrup for pancakes ever. Sometimes I use maple syrup as well. Failing that, this is my next best favourite, Tesco golden syrup. I absolutely love it. It's not too sweet and it's just lovely with pancakes. Obviously, like I said, you could do fresh fruit. You don't have to actually cook the fruit in with the pancake. You can just put the fruit on top of the pancakes. You can have it with cream, you can have it with a bit of yogurt, you can do whatever it is that you want to do with it. It's your choice, it's your food, guys. So that's that. That's how I do my thing. So that's the other side, just to show you guys. That's cooked now and that's the top. So that's it. That's how I do my pancakes, guys. Right, love, so just to show you when I'm done. So this is my pancake stack. The mixture gave me a nice stack of 12 pancakes. I had to remove a few because the children were getting a bit hungry. So there you have it. With that, I am personally having scrambled eggs, which you can see here. So I'm having some scrambled eggs and I'm going to have sausages, and I am going to use my golden syrup with that. I'm not actually going to have any Nutella or anything like that. I can't be bothered. I don't like too much sweet stuff. So yeah, that's it. That's literally all it takes to make your own light fluffy pancakes at home. Smelling all nice and lovely. So yeah, I will see you guys on the next one, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As always, feel free to leave your comments, feel free to leave suggestions kindly, otherwise just stay out of my comments. Right guys, so with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next one.